Hey guys, today we're going to take our factoring to the next level. Today we're going to look at what happens if I factor and I have a number in front of my x squared. Okay, these ones do take a little more time, a little more, I guess, kind of almost guess and check. The better number sense you have though, the better you will be at this, or the quicker you'll pick up on it. But I guarantee you'll all get there. Some of you might take a little longer than others. But you will get there, and the more that you do, the easier it gets. So I really encourage you to be persistent with this, okay, and really get after it. Don't just kind of go to the back of the book to check your answer right away if you don't get it. Okay, so today again, we're looking at if there's a number there. You'll notice your steps are very similar. We are still going to look for GCF first, because if we have GCF, we get smaller numbers to work with, which does make the problem easier. This time we have to look for factors of A and C, not just C. That's where that extra step comes in. We still have to find the right combination that adds to B. It's just now we've got that extra number in there. Will affect things for us. And then last but not least, we are going to check. Okay, so very similar setup, but you're going to notice it's a little different when you have an extra set of factors. Okay, and that's what we're going to look at today. And some of the things. And I'll try to give you some hints if I can, but for the most part it does turn into a little bit of guess and check, and you can't get frustrated by that. Okay, I guarantee you the more you do this, the better off you will get. You can ask anybody that has taken algebra that is the case. Okay, so for A, you'll notice here you have 6x squared plus 13x plus 5. Okay, first look for GCF. There is no GCF. So I can jump to my two sets of parentheses. Now you'll notice both signs are positive, so both of these signs are positive. Now next thing you want to look to see is A or C prime? Okay, A here is not prime because I'd have 1 and 6, I'd have 2 and 3. 5 is prime. My only option is 1 and 5. That's nice. Anytime you have a prime, it does make it a little bit quicker for us. Okay, so my 1 and 5, you can put them in either spot for now. It doesn't matter. We just have to match up everything else accordingly. Okay, now here's where we have some options. I have to figure out, is it going to be 1 and 6 or is it going to be 2 and 3? Okay, I highly recommend whenever you can, check the ones that are closer together. They just tend to work more often. It's not a special trick or anything, but they just do. Okay, so I would check those first. Now, I'm going to purposely do this one wrong the first time because I want to show you what to do if you do. Okay, let's say you picked 2 and 3, but you decided to put the 3 here, and you decided to put the 2 there. Notice I did put the x with it because of the x squared. How you check these is you're going to multiply the inner 2 together, which would give me 2x. I'm going to multiply the outer 2 together, which would give me 15x. Okay, that gives me 17. 17 is not the number in the middle. That means I don't have it correct. Okay, so the two options I have then is I can either flip the 2 and the 3, or I could try the 1 and 6. I always flip them first, and then if that doesn't work, then I'll check the next set of factors. But if you check this now, you'll end up getting 3x. You'll end up getting 10x. That does add to my 13x. So that means that would be the right combination. Again, it could be where these two are over here and these two are over here. That's fine. Okay, but they just have to be paired up in the parenthesis with the correct set of numbers. Okay? So as you can see, it does sometimes take a while. Sometimes you'll get it on the first try, and sometimes you'll kind of have to just do a few and kind of keep going until you find it. All of yours will be factorable though, so you don't have to worry about them not working out and kind of wasting a bunch of time or something like that. Okay, so for the next one, same idea. First look for GCF. We do not have a GCF, so we'll go to our parentheses. Notice that's a negative, which means my signs are opposite. I'm just going to start them there for now. If I need to change them later, I can. So I've got 1 and 10, 2 and 5 as options. I got 1 and 14, I've got 2 and 7 as options. Again, I check the ones that are closer together first. Okay, so I'm going to try a 2x and a 5x. Again, need the x because of the x squared. I'm going to try a 2 and a 7. So if I check this, the inner gives me 10x. If I check the outer, I get negative 14x. Negative 4, not going to work for us. We want a positive 31. So I'm going to flip the 2 and 7. Don't flip both of them, otherwise you kind of put yourself back in the same spot that you were just in. Okay, if I flip them, I get 35x, and I get negative 4x. Hey, that gives me my 31x that I need in the middle. Okay, so that would be our correct answer. So for the next one, we have 6x squared plus 13xy. You'll notice got those two variables again, like we had yesterday, and 6y squared. No GCF, so we'll go to our two sets of parentheses. Both signs are positive, so that means that these will both be positive. Again, we'll just have to put variables with both of them. Factors are going to be the same. We'll have 1 and 6 and 2 and 3 for both of them. So again, I'm going to try the 2's and 3's first. They just tend to work more often. So if I go 2x and 3x, I go 2y and 3y. If I check that, I end up getting a 6xy. I get a 6xy. Close, but not quite. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch them around again. This time I will get a 9xy. I will get a 4xy. That does give me 13, so that does work for us as well. So you can see it's just really the same process over and over. Okay, sometimes you get it quickly, sometimes you have to work on it for a while. If you do get stuck on a problem, yes, you can check the back of the book, but I would highly recommend kind of coming back to it later and then check if you don't get it. Sometimes you just see things a little differently when you kind of step away from the problem for a little bit and come back to it. Alright, so for D, this one you'll notice we do have a GCF. 3 goes into all of these. That's good. It gives us smaller numbers. You should actually want GCFs. Okay, so if I divide by 3, I'll get a 10x squared plus 9x plus 2. Okay, so 10 and 2 are easier to work with than 30 and 6. Less factors, less options for us. Okay, so we'll have the 3 again. Both signs positive. 2 is a nice number because it's prime, so I know it has to be 1 and 2. It's my only options. 10, I have a couple options. I got 1 and 10 or 2 and 5. Okay, again, I'm going to go ahead and try the 2 and 5 because they're closer together. So if I go ahead and check, I get 5x, I get 4x. Sure enough, that does give me 9x. Make sure you look at this one. Don't go back to the top. Okay, otherwise you're kind of messing with it because you didn't take the GCF out. Okay, so that does work. Again, have to have the GCF here, and then that would be the right combination for this problem. For the next one, we have 20x squared minus 45x plus 10. Also have a GCF here. We can take a 5 out. When we do that, we're going to get 4x squared minus 9x plus 2. Again, keep the 5 on the outside. Do not lose it. Okay? Both my signs will be negative because of the positive and the negative. Again, you have a 2. Great. Okay? That's always nice for us because it's prime. And then 4. I either have the options of 4 and 1 or 2 and 2. This time it does end up being 4 and 1 just to save us a little time. I will show you that. So you end up getting a negative 8x, negative 1x does give us negative 9x. But again, if you don't get that on the first try, okay, you just got to keep trying different combinations. There is one that works. Always make sure you have your signs correct as well. Sometimes, you know, kids try all these combinations and then it ended up being the signs that were incorrect. So make sure you have that part down as well. Okay, last one, 30x squared plus 14xy minus 8y squared. Okay, this time we do have a GCF as well. You have a GCF of 2 that you can take out. So if I take out the 2, I get 15x squared plus 7xy minus 4y squared. Go to your 2 sets of parentheses. So you'll notice here, let's see, we don't have any primes, so we just kind of have to try. I'm going to try 3 and 5 first. Oh, our signs are opposite as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and go with 1 and 4. So you'll notice you get a 5xy, you get a negative 12xy. Notice how close we are. We get negative 7, but it's positive 7. If that happens, there's only one thing you need to switch. It's just the signs. Don't change the numbers if you end up with that. Okay, just change the signs, because then it changes the signs here, which gives you what you need. So if you get the right number but the wrong sign, all you have to do is change the signs. Don't start messing with a bunch of other things on that one. All right? Otherwise, oh, I did see I skipped F accidentally. I'll let you guys try F on your own, and then you can double check it in the completed notes. That'd be a good practice test for you guys. Okay, we are not going to do example 2. We can skip that one. That's just something showing you can have different combinations, but I'm not worried about that one. All right, so otherwise, please make sure you check the assignment in the Learning Target and Daily Agenda. Do not do the assignment in your packet, because again, we've changed some things up for you guys, made it a little shorter and all that type of stuff. Okay, otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day.